Hi, I'm Ron Jones with Enid Whittaker, Bonnie Prudden Myotherapy here in Tucson, and Enid is going to be demonstrating the Bonnie Prudden Daily Dozen, which are all body weight exercises that can be done by anyone, basically in any place, even in the living room.
Right.
Very limited space. She'll demonstrate each one of the 12, a little mini tutorial, and then we're also going to do them in sequence in real time. This is where I keep up with Enid.
Okay, we're going to start with what we call the swim, which is a basic crawl. And it takes in the whole shoulder girdle, and then when you go to one side, you're using the whole shoulder girdle, but you're using it in a little bit of a different way. So you would do 4 or 8 to each side, and then come back to the middle. The second one is called a waist twist. You can do a slow waist twist or you can do a fast waist twist. And then you bend over and do the same thing down here. And here again, you're using the whole upper body, twisting the waist, which nobody does anymore, and then over. And it gets those bulges that are back here. Pelvic tilt comes next. This is the center of everything. Bonnie used to say it's more important than your brain, because everything is connected from the bottom up to your hips or your pelvis, and everything above is connected to it. If you can't use your pelvis, you can't play sports. So you tilt under and then back, and under and back. And it uses your abdominal muscles. And when your abdominal muscles are tight, you have 50% less chance of having low back pain. So abdominals are really key to being pain-free. The next one is for arms. And arms are great if they look great. And this is one of the exercises that gets your deltoid muscles and through full range of motion through the whole arm. And if you look at it, you turn your head, you're getting your chin too, which nobody ever thinks of doing. And then always do it on both sides, of course. It's as if you're turning the doorknob around and back. Overhead lateral reach, starting with your hand over your ear. Reach and come back. Reach and come back. So you're getting your whole side of your body, and as you come back, you're actually strengthening the body too. This stretches, this strengthens. It's a pump action. And always both sides, of course. Hip twist. Nobody ever puts their hips through full range of motion, but there's lots of hip replacements now. So it's as if you were making a hole in the sand. All the way around and look at your butt to see if there's any dust there. And then all the way out. All the way in and all the way out. All the way in and all the way out. All the way in and all the way out. Lateral reach, arms out to the side, and in any sport you've got to be able to separate the top half of your body from the bottom half. Otherwise you're not going to be able to change direction quickly, and you're not going to be able to stabilize yourself while your top half of you is making a move that the bottom half isn't. So one way and then the other way. One way and then the other way. Groin. Lots of people have tight quadriceps and groin, and so they walk bent over. If you keep this nice and stretched, you won't have that problem and you won't look old. One leg goes in front of the other. The back leg is the one that you're stretching, and your heel is off the floor. And just pulse your pelvis forward, stretching your quads and your groin. And then you take a step backward or forward to do the other leg. Okay, the thigh shift. Shift from one side with a little pulse to the other side with the little pulse. This stretches your quadriceps, which are overused all the time when you're climbing, when you're riding bicycles, that kind of thing. Nobody thinks of their feet much unless they're hurting. So this next exercise stretches the entire length of the lower leg and over your instep here. If your insteps are flexible, your ankles are going to be more flexible. This one you may need to hold on to something to make it work for you. The top of your foot is going in back of you on the floor. And just do a little knee bend to stretch that muscle. Feet. They take you where you want to go. They keep you independent if they're in good shape. And you should go barefoot as much as possible. So this is what we used to teach the kids. This is a mouse trap. And this is hot pennies where you pick your toes up. Mouse trap, hot pennies, mouse trap, hot pennies. And that keeps them busy and they remember what to do with their feet. And last, and it's last because it's a stretch, you never stretch without warming up. And these other exercises have you all warmed up. Hands behind the back, and you're going to stretch the hamstrings. Because the hamstrings run over the knees and the hips, you need to keep the legs straight. Even if you can only go this far, the legs have to be straight in order to get the hamstrings. And since you have 3 hamstrings, if you go to the one side, you're going to get one set. And then if you go to the other side, you get the other set. And then back to the beginning. And then to stretch the back as well, all the way up to over to the floor, and to one side, and to the other side.